My name is Mitzi Dulan. I'm a registered dietitian who has worked as a sports nutritionist for the Kansas City Royals, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Golden State Warriors, and I've been quoted in the Wall Street Journal, Newsweek, Shape Magazine, and appeared on CNN. But today we will be talking about key nutrients for brain health, and I'm very excited to share some of the latest research with you. We're actually going to be starting talking about lutein and zeaxanthin for brain health. And we know that lutein and zeaxanthin are the main carotenoids that are found in human brain tissue. Lutein and zeaxanthin are most commonly known for benefiting eye health, and some exciting new research shows that these nutrients, when paired together, may play a key role in developing and maintaining brain function, learning, in addition to memory. Now you ask, how do lutein and zeaxanthin support brain health? Well, supplementation may enhance blood flow in areas of the brain important for cognition and memory. In fact, studies have shown that a diet rich in lutein may help support brain development in babies. Now, to dive a little bit deeper in the research on lutein and zeaxanthin for brain health, I'm going to share with you some different studies. And the first one was done by Lindbergh et al., and it was actually done on an older group of individuals, an average age of about 72. And they showed with supplementation of lutein and zeaxanthin for 1 year that it actually may help to counter some effects of aging on the brain compared to the placebo group. Now, secondly, in another study that was also done on older individuals, the average age about 74 in this study, it showed that the supplementation of lutein and zeaxanthin helped to support complex attention. Now, you saw a significant increase from baseline at about 4 months with the lutein and zeaxanthin group compared to the placebo group, and that remained significantly higher throughout the rest of the study, which was a total of a 12-month study. Now, the next study was actually done on healthy younger individuals, and it was a double-blind, placebo-controlled study, and it showed that taking in lutein and zeaxanthin actually increased the serum levels, and those high serum levels of lutein and zeaxanthin were related to improved visual memory and reasoning ability. In addition to these studies, other research suggests that lutein and zeaxanthin may help to ease or reduce stress levels. In fact, one study showed that supplementation helped reduce cortisol levels in the blood, which we do know that cortisol is a known marker for stress. Now next, the challenge is really with the lutein and zeaxanthin intake. The average global diet only gets about 10% of the recommended amounts of lutein and zeaxanthin. So you ask, well, where can we get it in food? And lutein and zeaxanthin kind of in general can be found in yellow, orange pigments present in vegetables and egg yolk, also in the yellow-orange pigments that are masked by chlorophyll. In general, dark leafy greens, fruits, vegetables, as well as eggs. But again, the key is it must be consumed through the diet because we are not able to synthesize it in the body. So as a registered dietitian, we always like to dive even deeper, and my clients want to know what specific foods can you get these nutrients from. So here you can see specifically the leafy greens such as kale, Swiss chard, turnip greens, collard greens, romaine, also broccoli, zucchini, okra, peas, Brussels sprouts, corn, celery, carrots, and tomatoes. And finally, also melons, grapefruit, oranges, mangoes, and beets. So the good news is there are lots of foods that have these important nutrients, but it can be hard to get enough volume. Next, we're going to shift over to omega-3s and brain health and learn more about how omega-3s are important. So first of all, did you know that the body is made up of about 37 trillion cells, with each cell containing omega-3 fatty acids to help function normally? Well, 60% of the brain is fat. Much of it is actually omega-3 fatty acids. Now, omega-3s are absolutely essential for optimal overall health. And I'm sure you've heard research over the years, and it does show that omega-3s intake supports both brain and cardiovascular health. And so much research has been done, over 30,000 studies on EPA and DHA, which are two kinds of omega-3s. So how do omega-3s support brain health? Well, intake has been shown to support brain function and development. Studies have actually shown people with certain mental disorders have lower omega-3 blood levels. And low levels of omega-3s are correlated with chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, depression, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. And once again, much of the global population is not getting enough omega-3s in their diet. So getting over to the foods and how can you get omega-3s in foods, there's really two different ways. There's flaxseed and then there's cold water fish or algae. But with these two fats, the EPA and the DHA in particular, they have been shown to have the most benefits. And looking at these two food sources, the flax is not nearly as efficient as the cold water fish or algae. Cold water fish or algae is definitely the most efficient way to get EPA and DHA. And it's because flax contains ALA, which can be converted to EPA and DHA in the body, but only 5% of the ALA converts to EPA, and just 1% of that converts to DHA. So it's really easy to see that although flax, you should still include flax in your diet, really where you're getting the most bang for your buck is in your cold water fish or algae because it does not take that additional conversion step. So really looking overall at diet for brain health, what's nice is really the Mediterranean diet is a really good way to go when you're looking at how you should be eating to optimize your brain health. And again, green leafy vegetables, also making sure you're getting beans, you're getting that seafood, berries, poultry, nuts, whole grains, olive oil, and even wine. So trying to eat primarily plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and nuts, having olive oil instead of butter, using herbs and spices instead of salt to flavor foods, trying to limit your red meat to no more than a few times a month, and aiming to eat fish and poultry at least a couple of times a week. And I always like to say also another great way to boost your brain health and mental well-being is to enjoy meals with family and friends too. And finally, it's okay to drink some red wine in moderation. As far as the research on the Mediterranean diet, studies show that older people who ate Mediterranean-style diets actually had better cognitive function and lower risk of cognitive impairment later in life. So another reason to try to eat along those lines that we just shared. So finally, we're going to finish off talking about supplementation. As I've just shared with the 3 nutrients we've spoke about, the lutein, the zeaxanthin, and omega-3s, they can all be challenging to get enough intake in our diets. Now, the preferred method is absolutely always foods in getting these nutrients through foods in your diet. However, if proper dietary intake isn't possible, supplementation is absolutely a good option. You definitely want to do your research on supplements to ensure that the ingredients are clinically studied, so that is very important. But supplementation could be a good way for you to obtain some of the health benefits that you can get from these nutrients to help boost your brain health. So hopefully you have all learned something new today about nutrition for brain health. I thank you so much for your time. And if you would like to learn more about me or go to my website, my website is nutritionexpert.com, and on Instagram I am also Nutrition Expert. Thank you so much.